Hey guys, this is Summer. Welcome back to my Vibely channel. I am excited today to be uploading this first content of my relationship series. This is relationship guidance and healing, and how to move forward with a healthy relationship in life. And each week we'll go through different topics. Free content will be here, and then if you want to get more content, more inclusive content that is uploaded daily, weekly, and monthly, you can subscribe to my Patreon Vibely community, where it is $9.99 and you get all sorts of value, and we journey together. Okay, so without further ado, this video may be for you if you have had a lot of toxic type of relationships, unknowingly toxic, or patterns bringing in the same type of people that you don't want, but in different situations. It can look different. The person can be different. It can be a little bit better, but not completely what you truly want and what you know you truly deserve. So I'm going to give you some life experience along with some basic psychology of ways that you are going to ultimately to show you how you can be treated consistently to what you're worth and what you value, and let's be real, what you want out of a relationship. Okay, so first and foremost, you have to know your worth. And what does that mean? Because we read that cliche, saying all the time. We see it and we're like, I do. But there are things that we unknowingly do and fall back into not realizing that it's subconsciously going on. And I'm guilty of this, and lots of other people are too. And this is why I want to bring this to you, so my experiences and the others I learn about can hopefully help you not repeat this again. Okay. And if you are connecting with me, I know that you are going to have pure intentions and you're not going to take this to a negative light. So you have to know your worth. What does that mean? So psychology tells us that you teach people how to treat you, and this couldn't be further from the truth. And you may start off good and healed, and then sometimes fall back into those not so healed patterns. So what you show a person, what boundaries you set from the beginning, from the start of the timeline, is what they know they can do and not do, what they can bring to the table and not bring to the table, and what you will accept and not accept. Okay, so really think about what you're showing them. And if you can't figure that out, think of the things you don't want, things that have happened in the past or currently if you're still in the relationship, and start with those and the boundaries that maybe you need to initiate or have in place for the next time, and go to it with a healed version, and watch the red flags and hold true to your boundaries regardless of how bad it makes you feel on the inside. Of if they, if I set this boundary and they don't prove, I have to if they don't, come in line or show up with that same energy or at least compromise, then you have to let them go. That is an unfortunate part, but doing this will heal you at the same time and open up your heart for people that resonate with this energy. But I'm going to talk to you about some situations and scenarios today that hopefully, if you use them and practice them, that you won't have to get to that point, because you will already not be allowing these type of people and these patterns and situations into your life the next time around. Okay, so there is a story it's a psychology based story analogy Maybe some of you have heard of this. It is called the rich man, poor man story. So first there was this amazing, beautiful, talented, all around good person. This beautiful woman. She was beautiful, as beautiful on the outside as she was in. She had good moral judgment and character. You get where I'm going with this. She was successful in her own right. She came from a healed place. So she is in the dating world, and one day she had a date with the rich man, and the next day she had a date with the poor man. So the first date she goes on the date with the rich man. He is he is charming. He is obviously rich. He has success. And he wines and dines her and takes her to the best restaurant and brings her flowers and everything you can imagine a rich man would do to try and win this girl over with all of his money and gifts, and show her a good time, and show, he really takes his chance to sweep her off her feet. Okay, so the so she went and she was wowed with all of these extravagant things. The extravagance and the lengths that he went to felt really good to her to be, doted on, and wow, this is impressive. So she went to bed feeling good about it. Not great, but good. It was a good first date to break the ice. Nothing bad happened. Good conversation. So the next night she goes on a date with the poor man. So the poor man shows up to her house, and he's walking on foot, and he says, hey, I'm excited to do this. I do want to tell you that I'm very sorry. I really want to go out with you tonight. I really want to take you out, but I have no money. I have no money to take you out to a nice restaurant. I have no money to take you out, period. But what I would love to do is invite you on an adventure tonight and go from there. And so she's a little taken back, but she agrees. And they go on this adventure. They go downtown to where all the flooding in the street of people and things are going on, and he brings his guitar, and he says, I'm going to earn some money by playing the guitar. And he starts playing the guitar, and he gives her his hat, and says, here, will you hold this hat out, and together we will bring in this, I will make enough money so I can take you out on a date. And she is watching him and admiring him, and watching the people. And by the end of it, they had enough money to go buy something simple as just, street tacos, something simple and cheap. So it wasn't a big extravagant meal, but then they bonded over this, and they, through her helping him and doing something different, and seeing his personality, that even though he didn't have these things, through helping him, she bonded with him. And who do you think in the end, the third day, who do you think she ended up choosing? The poor guy. So in the end, the poor guy was really the rich guy. He came from a very emotionally secure background. He wasn't immature. He wasn't trying to use everything else to make up for his lack of personality, or his lack of, funds, or what have you. He used this moment to take her on an adventure and show another side of the world. And she ended up choosing him because of the way, not only the adventure they went on, and and helping him and bonding that way, but he treated her like a queen. The way he spoke to her, the way they connected, the way he truly listened in conversation. Okay, so that is your first analogy of how when you put work into something and not just accepting the status quo or not accepting something and just being like, okay, this is what I have for you. I'm not really leaving any room for you to tell me what you want. The work that you put in to something, if you allow somebody to put work in for you, psychologically, it holds more value. And at the end of the day, she held more value with the broke man than the rich man because she had to work for it. And she is attached to him now. She has bonded with him through this work. She didn't have to work for this other man, the rich man. So value, the work that you put in for someone, is much higher investment, much higher value than someone that you just don't put anything in and you hold no value with it. So the next analogy we're going to talk about is the what was it? Oh, it was the easy cakes that they tried to sell, and ultimately they tanked. They did not sell. So these were a certain small cake that they came up with, and everybody thought it was a genius plan because everybody wanted simple and easy and efficient and things like that we've grown so accustomed to. So studying human behavior, they thought they had hit the jackpot with this. So it was a simple cake. It was simply a small round one. It was just the small amount of batter. You add water, and that's it. You're supposed to get it and put it in the microwave, and that was it. And you had your small little cake. What do you think happened to this? They did not sell. Not only did they not sell, they had terrible, market rebound, and not only that, they had to take them off the shelf because they were starting to lose money and quit production altogether of this. So again, circling back, why do you think this happened? Because it was too easy. It was too easy. So no value. Even though it was spread out throughout the United States, there still wasn't it didn't even grow to 10% value because it was too easy. Now take a regular cake that you make from a box. Those are still getting good reviews. Those are still holding good value because you actually put the work in. You value it more because you put more work in. Okay? And that just goes to show you that putting more work in is a higher value. So when you express to someone else, no, it's not going to be that easy you can't just text me or, I'm going to just use a small example. You can't breadcrumb me in text messages. Breadcrumbing, if you don't know what that is when someone texts you a little bit. Not much emotions involved with it. Something simple just to initiate contact, okay? And they don't message you back. Maybe 2 days later, they'll message you again, or they'll reply back 2 days later, or it's something so simple and far in between. That is what breadcrumbing is. So breadcrumbing, instead of giving a whole piece of bread, you tear off a little piece so someone can still survive. Or someone that they want to stay in your life, and that's the best form they know how to do it. They breadcrumb you. They leave little bits of deposits for you so they don't lose you. That's what breadcrumbing is. When they don't give you the full piece of bread, when they don't give you the full, honest person and treatment and conversation and attention that another human being deserves. Okay, so I really want you to think about that and ask yourself, if you do resonate with that, who have you been, does that resonate with you even? Who have you been allowing to do this? And are you that person that has been showing them that, yeah, it's okay to breadcrumb me. It's okay to treat me like that. Are you one that texts back and shows them, yeah, I'll accept that? Are you one that initiates the conversation the next day when they've been ignoring you for 2 days? And there's nothing wrong with you, because I personally have done it when I have feelings involved for someone, because emotions can get the best of us. Feelings of love and what you've had before can get the best of you. Nobody's perfect. And if to someone that is starving, let me say it again, to someone that is starving, breadcrumbs seem like a full meal. When you are starving, anything looks good. Am I right? Does this make it good for you to do and accept? Absolutely not. You are just creating more karma, more karmatic debt, more patterns for these people. To the person doing it to you, not only sees that you will allow this and accept it, but you're also telling, any type of future version of yourself that, yes, once I get over this person, I'm going to attract somebody just like it. May look a little different, but in the end, it'll be the same. So what are you allowing? What boundaries have you set? And you'll say, it's too late. I have already, shown them the sweet side of me. I've already shown them that, no, it's not too late. You can always reestablish boundaries, and you can always say, you know what, I've been thinking and I really don't like this. And of course, everybody's situation is different. So I can't speak on your behalf if I don't know your exact situation. But let's see the forest from the trees and get the main point. Take the main point from this message from me, okay? For the ones that are healing, you are not alone. And give yourself some grace, because the feelings that you're going through are normal. It is basic psychology. When somebody ignores you, it is, for intentional purposes. If say you've needed space and all done your part in communicating that, then you're doing it in a healthy way. But if you're one of those people that is ghosting and doing things like that, that is not healthy. That is emotional abuse. That is narcissistic. And honestly, just immature. A mature person would not ghost, and they would come to you and show you the respect. Especially if you've been in a relationship, they would show you the respect of at least telling you, I'm sorry, I need a break. I don't want to respond back. I need time. Or they can just put closure in the door. This is over, right? That's what an emotionally mature human being does, right? Now, some of them might not be breadcrumbing. They may be doing this, giving the act of breadcrumbing, because if they seem wishy-washy to you, it is because they have not made up their mind about you. They have not made up their mind if they want to go, if they want to stay, or if they want you or they don't. They're really reflecting and taking a good look at this, right? And you are each your own individuals. I am here to tell you that, yes, I will give somebody the amount of time and respect them to think about things. But after so long, and I mean, the initial hurt of them not knowing is already painful enough, but we give somebody honor and respect and the time to do that if events have led up to them doing that, right? But after so long, not making a decision is making a decision. And you sticking around and waiting for them is showing them again that you don't hold value to yourself. And they won't either. So do you think when they come back, they're going to hold you in high value and they just ghosted you? Most likely, most of the time, not. So what I want you to get in the habit of doing is not being hopeful or falling in love with the potential of someone. I want you to really fall in love and listen and learn about their actions, because we can get into so many fantasy worlds and really take your relationship in your head bigger than what it's going to be. And in reality, their actions are showing otherwise, okay? So this is your tip. This is your guidance into out of breaking this type of pattern of showing your worth by holding your value. Hold your value and make them hold it as well. Make them work for it in the appropriate ways, meaning not even fully working for it. If it's somebody's true nature, you won't have to make them work for it. That's another thing. However, don't accept the bare minimum if you don't want the bare minimum, because you are showing them how much you value yourself. And again, I've started out a relationship really good and held myself in value and done all these things correctly. But then when, so much time passes, we kind of let our guard down a little bit, and then we start accepting one thing, which leads to another thing, which leads to another thing. And by the time it's all said and done, we have started acting rude to this person or subconsciously getting in fights because we haven't realized that we're starting to resent them because we are letting so much slide by and sweeping so many things under the rug. And just because it's not a big thing doesn't mean that 5 small things don't make a big thing. So you can always lose yourself in this place. It's your job to regain it. It's your job to not lose it in the first place. And it is your job to hold your value and hold it strong and make them see that. They won't have to work for it if you already portray that. But in summary, if you don't get anything else from this, hold your value. Show them your value and your boundaries and what you won't accept. And do not entertain actions that are less than what you know your value is worth. And that is all I have for you today, guys. I will see you next time on this series. Peace and love. Bye.